We're here at not so sunny Rowra for the final round of the FAB Racing British Minibikes Championship. In one class in particular, we were hoping for absolute drama.
Oh, Johnny Garnes! Johnny Garnes has dropped it! He's going to go to the inside. Round the outside comes O'Shea. Oh my word, O'Shea's going to get him on the line!
That was the drama we were hoping for, but unfortunately we got drama of another kind on Friday night when this happened. This is Johnny Garnes's arm broken clean through after he was messing around in the paddock with his pals, fell over, and that's the end of his season, unfortunately. So the drama we were hoping for we're not going to get. But let's have a look at the first race this weekend. It is that Minimoto Pro race.
Anticlimax though it is in the championship, there's still a lot to play for here in the final weekend of the championship from the riders from 7 years of age in the Minimoto Pro class. There's a lot to talk about. Ross Maguire, of course, he is now the 2017 champion. That can't be taken away from him as Johnny Garnes watches frustrated on the sidelines. The battle for second position in the championship still very much up for grabs, and there's plenty of riders from the sharp end. Eddie O'Shea, Ollie Walker, Mason Foster and Owen Mellor, to name but a few, who will want to go out of this class on a high. The first of those we mentioned, Eddie O'Shea, he starts from the front row of the grid, fresh off the back of that amazing last corner lunge at Glanigorse Park. Alan caught up with him earlier.
Eddie, we're just having a look back at Glanigorse Park, the last corner last time in race one. Just talk us through what happened there.
Me and Ross Maguire went on the second corner, and unfortunately there was a back marker there, and Ross Maguire had to go up the inside of him, and I had no idea where to go, so I just took the racing line and just swooped at the inside, and I managed to get the drive and win it.
Yeah, got him on the switch back out the final turn. It was a sweet little move. But today here at Rowra, you've had a bit of a problem in time qualifying. What happened there?
I went round the downhill left-hander, one of my favourite corners, and my back wheel, my chain come off and locked up my back wheel, made me lose the back end, had a massive high side, and hurt myself.
And that reminds me a bit of Red Lodge when your chain came off, got the same thing, and you stopped just a few metres before the line that day. So pretty much similar sort of incident, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck today.
Thank you.
Could be a good day for Eddie O'Shea. Josh Bannister, normally the number 2, he's riding bike 57. That is Johnny Garnes's bike as we start the final race of the season. The implications for Eddie O'Shea are important here because all he needs from this race is a top 10 finish, and he will actually steal second position in the championship standings off of the man who can't ride, Johnny Garnes. So there's a lot on this for Eddie O'Shea as the 114 hits the front straight away in front of Ollie Walker. Eddie O'Shea is not interested in top 10. He wants to win.
Ross Maguire has not had the best of starts. He's there in third place, but Eddie O'Shea, as you say, Jake, does lead it. Only needs a top 10 just to take that second place off Johnny Garnes. We were absolutely sick when we turned up and found out he'd broken his arm messing around in the paddock. That's not the most sensible thing to do on a Friday night, not least because the weekend before, he comes from Devon, Johnny Garnes. We're here in Cumbria, and he came up with his dad the weekend before, an 18-hour round trip to test at the circuit to make sure he was on the pace this weekend. What an absolute sickener.
Absolutely, and that's a lesson well learned, I think, for the future. We just saw the 57 bike going through there. Josh Bannister on board as they fly through the first chicanes and into the left-hander once again. Now this is a very interesting battle tightening up as Ollie Walker has got a little bit of pressure now from Ross Maguire on the 22 as they make their way down towards the right. Very tight hairpin this as they get back on the power. Look over the shoulder there from Ollie Walker as he tries his best to get away. The Moto Rapido Ducati rider doing his best to try and get away and hassle a little bit more onto Eddie O'Shea. Look at Ross Maguire, total conviction. Mason Foster in 4th position, the leading privateer, as he now looks to try and close up on the leading 3. But Ross Maguire, already the champion, no pressure, nothing to lose, dives up the inside of Ollie Walker, takes that 2nd position at St John's. Brilliant move, and he's up into P2.
You can see from the track conditions, Jake, it has been raining earlier in the day, folks. You can see it's very damp in parts of the circuit, dry in others. That's Troy Jeffrey picked out for FAB Yamaha there. He's going through up into the right-hander here. It's a bit like Spa, this, isn't it, Jake?
Very much so indeed. It's very tough on a bike in particular because you really do feel the undulation changes, perhaps even more so than you would do on what this circuit was originally designed for, namely kart racing. That's Owen Mellor, Tyco BMW rider. He leads the chase for 6th position at the moment. Ryan Hitchcock is right underneath him. He's the other rider in the field that's representing Moto Rapido Ducati as they come off of the hairpin at the top of the circuit once again. Foster and Jeffrey for 4th, then it's Mellor, Hitchcock and James Cook, that is, on the back of them as they battle away for that 6th position, the 44. James Cook, winner at round 4, don't forget, so he will want to finish his season on a high. Battle for the lead, and that's Ross Maguire is down! Ross Maguire, the new champion, is down. His hand is in the air. What were you playing at?
Well, I'm not sure what Ross thought went on there, but I think Eddie O'Shea was past him when that incident happened. We'll get another look. Let's have a look at the slow motion. Ross is in the lead. Eddie comes round the outside. He's in front of him at that point. I think his knee just touches the front of his bike. And down goes the 2017 champion. And there's the recrimination. He's got his hand in the air as if to say, what went on there? Well, they're getting him going again. He is going to get going, but he's well down the field.
Considering how much the bike undulated through the air and stuffed it into the grass bank, I'm amazed that thing's still runnable, but it certainly is. And now we've got that battle for 3rd position. It's no longer led by Mason Foster. Troy Jeffrey, I believe, has got through and into 3rd position, but the 5th position battle, Mellor, Hitchcock, Cook, is now chasing them down, and this could be a 5-way fight for the final spot on the podium this year.
And look at that bike there, the 44 bike, Jake. Don't you love the numbers on that bike? White on black. They've been black on black numbers all year long, and there we are. We can actually see who he is.
Yeah.
We can't quite make out the numbers on the bike behind, but I'm pretty sure that is the 31 bike of Dylan Mellor, just going up through the first chicane there. Back with that battle,
which of course Owen Mellor is right in the middle of as well. So the two Mellors are looking to tighten up with each other and ride together in the final race of the 2017 championship. Great battle this as James Cook tries to get a little bit of speed and gain some ground on Hitchcock in front of him as they come down to the hairpin once again. This is for 3rd position, don't forget. It is O'Shea away with the Fairies out in front. 2nd position, still Ollie Walker, but the battle for 3rd position is anybody's guess. And Troy Jeffrey, the FAB Yamaha rider, is running very well in that 3rd position at the moment, soaking up the pressure from 4, potentially 5 if he keeps going, Dylan Mellor. Talented riders to try and take it off him in the final race of the year here at Rowrah. And Troy Jeffrey riding beautifully there in front of Mason Foster, the privateer.
Down through the start line one more time, getting towards the business end of this race, I can tell you. Now that's interesting. Out of shot of the cameras at the moment, we seem to have Ross Maguire slowing down, waiting for the leaders to come back to him. Let's hope there's nothing silly going on there, but he's definitely out of shot of the cameras at the moment. He's definitely looking behind him. He's slowing down. It looks like he's waiting for Eddie O'Shea. Now let's hope there's not going to be any silly nonsense go on.
Well, absolutely. We don't want to see any Fogarty versus Keeley nightmares, do we? This is absolutely ridiculous.
He's already won the championship, of course, but he could, if he gets involved in something silly, there's nothing to stop the organiser, Roger Keys, excluding him from the meeting. So let's hope that Ross has got his sensible head on.
So the riders come through in the battle for 3rd position. Jeffrey, Foster, Mellor, Hitchcock, Cook and Dylan Mellor. they continue to battle away. It's getting very intense, that battle for third position. Joining the fray, that is the 57 starting to close in. That is Josh Bannister, of course, normally rides the 2. We're not entirely sure why he's taken over Johnny Garness's bike. I wonder if he's had problems with his own. But there is your leader, Eddie O'Shea, looking good for second place in the championship in 2017, taking valuable points. And there in front is the new champion, Ross Maguire. Oh, please don't tell me that Ross is going to try and take the rule book into his own hands here. The last thing we want is a little bit of rage and shenanigans to spoil what has been a fantastic championship battle. I hope it's not the case. Ross is not normally the kind of person who wears his heart on his sleeve to that extent. He's ridden beautifully all year. He's put himself into a position where he can be rightfully crowned a deserving British champion. Of course, Johnny Garness would have been as well. Both of them have worked very hard, but it's circumstance that's meant it's gone to Ross. The last thing he wants to do is blot his copybook Zinedine Zidane style at the final hurdle with some silly behaviour.
Yeah, or let's hope it's not going to be any Rossi Marquez nonsense.
Well,
here, we're going to see it right now, because here comes Eddie O'Shea, the race leader, is second in this troop.
He's looking behind him.
There's Ross. Now he goes defensive, and Eddie goes round the outside of him, and he's going to go past him. So Eddie has gone past, so no silly nonsense there.
Well,
let's just hope Ross is just wanting to have some fun.
Yeah, Ross has suddenly sped up again, so maybe he wants to prove that if we were in the same bit of road at the same time, I would have beaten him anyway. Dives back on the inside. Eddie O'Shea's thinking, what's going on, mate? You're already out of this one. And he goes straight back through again. But Ross Maguire just wants to play at the end of his season. I think he's had to accept the fact he's not going to win his final race of 2017, but he now just wants to beat Eddie O'Shea in a straight on-track fight. Now that's a problem for Eddie O'Shea, because potentially if he falls off the bike and fails to finish, then Johnny Garness will be second in the point standings.
Yeah, exactly. He can't afford a DNF. He's in second place at the moment. Here's the vice champion. Ross seems to be making a gesture there. And the other thing about this, of course, in other championships, he would get a black flag for this, make no mistake about it, because he is impacting the man in second place there, third in this little trio, Ollie Walker. He looks like he's actually impacting on Ollie Walker's race. And it looks like Eddie is well clear at the moment. There's that battle. That's getting very interesting, isn't it, those three?
Very spicy indeed, with James Cook right in the centre of it, trying to shake off the attentions. And that is Taylor Stewart Campbell's 2017 season at an end. That is not how he would have liked to end it. Ross Maguire trying to take Eddie O'Shea to the line as they go into the final lap. He is being fiercely combated here by the man he's already a lap ahead of, when he's in front of him anyway. There's great battles all the way down. Even Josh Bannister is not quite out of contention for a decent place yet. If things happen on the last lap, he's got a chance. Ross Maguire trying to draw level with Eddie O'Shea, but this could be an opportunity for Ollie Walker to snatch a victory in the final few corners of the 2017 season. He now gets a good run. Stop this, Ross. You're mucking about. We're going to get past you anyway, as he dives through.
Yeah, I think that'll be enough for us there, seeing Ollie Walker go past. Needs to let Ollie Walker get on with it and try and take the win off Eddie O'Shea. I'm going to be catching up with Ross Maguire after this race, so I'll be asking him all about this, Jake.
Well, Ollie Walker doesn't quite have enough time, I don't think, to catch Eddie O'Shea and pass him. But if there was one more lap, you kind of think he might have done. They come out of the final turn. It's going to be Eddie O'Shea, only just in front of Ollie Walker. One more lap, and that might have been very different, as Jeffrey celebrates as if he's won the race, grabbing the final podium spot of the 2017 season in front of the leading privateer, Mason Foster. Great end to the season for Jeffrey. The fifth position battle is eventually won by Ryan Hitchcock in front of the Mellors, Owen and Dylan, James Cook, Josh Bannister, and rounding out the top 10, Jack Kirsch. Fantastic ride from Eddie O'Shea, and he snatches second position off of Johnny Garness in the standings, but Ross Maguire is the champion. Walker and Cook round out the top 5, and after the race, Alan caught up with our new champion.
I know it wasn't how you wanted to win it, Ross, with Johnny breaking his arm like that, but just talk us through that race there. There's a few incidents.
Well, I had a good start from my weight, and then I was past Eddie on the left, and then when I went past Eddie, Eddie tried to go round outside,
and then his like handlebars clipped into my back brake, and when it clipped into my back brake it just sent me flying onto the grass. But then I got back on and waited for him to come round, and then I started battling with him again.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not sure how legitimate that is really, but anyway, congratulations on your win this season. What's your plans moving forward next year?
Well, next year I'm going to be riding a 125 in Thundersport and the Scottish, but my dad said he'll let me ride a CRF 150 here for winning the championship.
Okay, well done. We look forward to seeing you more in the championship, hopefully next year as well.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Ross Maguire. We move on to the Minimoto rookies in part 2 here at Rowrah.